Welcome back to Car Craze, where today we are diving into one of the most surprising and talked about revivals of the year, the 2025 Ford Capri. Yes, the name that once ruled European roads is back, and this time, it's not just about nostalgia. It's about reimagining a classic coupe for a new era, one that's electric, digital, and ready to shake things up. Whether you're a die-hard fan of the original Capri or just curious about what Ford's bringing to the table in 2025, buckle up, this is going to be a ride worth taking. Let's start with a bit of history. The original Ford Capri was born in 1969 and marketed as the car you always promised yourself. It was sleek, affordable, and had a wide appeal. Think of it as the European answer to the Mustang, a sporty coupe with attitude, offered in a variety of trims and engine options. It had that long hood, short deck design, loads of charisma, and a cult following that still exists today. Fast forward to today, and the name Capri has been resurrected, but not quite as the car you might remember. This isn't a retro coupe with a roaring V6 or rally dreams. Instead, the 2025 Capri is a sleek, all-electric crossover coupe. Yes, you heard that right. Ford has taken the Capri name and applied it to a new F built on the company's MEB platform, the same one used in cars like the Volkswagen ID.4 and Ford Explorer F. At first glance, that might seem like sacrilege to purists. But dig a little deeper, and you'll find that the new Capri actually captures some of the spirit of the original, just interpreted for the world we live in now. Let's talk design. The 2025 Capri looks modern, but with subtle retro cues that pay homage to its roots. Up front, it features a slim, confident face with a closed-off grille typical of F's. The LED lighting signature has a touch of vintage flair, especially with the twin-strip DRLs that echo the dual headlamp look of the old Capris. The front end is clean, sleek, and confident, not overly aggressive, but definitely purposeful. Along the sides, you get that swooping roofline, one of the key visual links to the original. The proportions are more crossover than coupe, yes, but there's enough design tension in the beltline and fenders to give it a sporty stance. The rear is arguably the most striking angle, with a full-width taillight bar and a sloping tailgate that hints at the classic Capri's fastback style. There's even a subtle ducktail spoiler integrated into the rear hatch, giving it just enough retro swagger without overdoing it. Color options include some bold shades like racing red and Capri blue, along with more muted metallics and matte finishes for the modern minimalist. The wheels range from 19 to 21 inches depending on the trim, with some intricate, aero-optimized designs that look great in motion. Inside, the Capri takes a leap into the future. This isn't just a reskinned FA, it's an entirely new cabin experience. The layout is clean, intuitive, and surprisingly premium. The centerpiece is a massive 15-inch vertical touchscreen running Ford's latest Sync Move interface. It's fast, responsive, and smart, adjusting automatically based on driver habits, time of day, and even mood. There's also a smaller digital driver display that's clear and easy to read, plus a head-up display in higher trims. The steering wheel is compact and sporty, with multifunction haptic controls that feel more like something out of a tech startup than a traditional car. Materials are top-notch, recycled textiles, soft touch panels, and even vegan leather upholstery that feels supple and upscale. One neat trick: the sliding touchscreen. Yes, the main screen can actually move up or down slightly to reveal a hidden storage compartment behind it, perfect for wallets, phones, or other valuables. It's a clever piece of engineering that adds a touch of James Bond flair to an otherwise minimalist cabin. In terms of space, the Capri benefits from its F architecture. With no transmission tunnel, rear passengers get plenty of legroom, and the flat floor makes it feel airy and open. Cargo space is solid, with over 500 liters in the rear and additional room under the floor. There's even a small trunk for cables and smaller items, not huge, but useful. Now, let's get into the powertrain. The 2025 Capri is available in two main configurations. The base model is rear-wheel drive, producing around 280 horsepower and offering a 0-60 time of roughly 6.5 seconds. A quick, but not wild. The dual-motor all-wheel drive version, branded as the Capri GT, ups the ante with 335 horsepower and a sub-5 second 0-60 sprint. Instant torque, smooth power delivery, and a refined, quiet cabin make both versions great for everyday driving. Range is competitive too. You're looking at around 370 to 400 miles on the WLTP cycle depending on battery size and spec. Charging is quick with 175 kilowatts DC fast charging support, allowing you to go from 10 to 80% in about 28 minutes. Ford's Blue Oval charging network access means you're never too far from a plug, and route planning automatically integrates charging stops for longer trips. But what about handling? After all, the Capri name carries sporty expectations. While this new model is heavier and higher riding than the original, Ford's done some solid tuning to make it feel agile. The steering is quick and light, and the low center of gravity, thanks to the battery placement, keeps it planted in corners. The suspension is tuned more for comfort than razor-sharp dynamics, but in GT trim, there's a noticeable firmness that makes twisty roads genuinely enjoyable. Drive modes let you tweak the experience, with options like Whisper, Active, and Untamed. In Untamed mode, throttle response sharpens, simulated engine sounds are piped into the cabin, and the steering tightens up. It's not a track car, but it has just enough attitude to make weekend drives a thrill. Tech-wise, you get all the modern driver aids: adaptive cruise, lane centering, blind spot detection, emergency braking, and even automated parking. Over-the-air updates keep everything fresh, and Ford's new drive and monitoring system ensures safe hands-free operation on designated roads using Blue Cruise. Let's talk pricing. The new Capri starts at around $52,000 for the base model and climbs into the mid $60Ks for the AWD GT version. That puts it in the same ballpark as the Tesla Model Y, high-end Ioniq 5, and even some premium German Fs. But with its unique styling, well-equipped cabin, and the weight of its legendary name, the Capri manages to feel special, not just another electric crossover. And that brings us to the bigger question: does the 2025 Capri live up to its name? In some ways, it's a different beast entirely. It doesn't have the rear drive, manual shifting simplicity of the old Capris. It's not a cheap coupe aimed at young drivers. But it is a stylish, fun-to-drive, accessible performance F that carries the soul of the original Ford, a car that promises something more than the ordinary. The Capri was always about aspiration. It made people feel like they were driving something exciting, even if it wasn't the fastest or most powerful. And this new version does the same, just in a language fit for 2025. It's modern, it's bold, and it dares to take a name from the past and give it new meaning. And in today's auto industry, that kind of bravery is worth celebrating. That's all for today's deep dive on the 2025 Ford Capri. If you liked this breakdown, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're a fan of the original, and don't forget to subscribe to Car Craze for more of the cars that matter, both classic and cutting edge. Catch you in the next one.